I'm Michelle with Freesoul Wellness. Welcome to my channel and thanks for joining me for practice today. Today's practice is perfect for anyone who's a little bit short on time and doesn't really have time to participate in a longer yoga flow. So today's flow is intentionally going to be about half the typical time, and we're just going to mindfully move through all of the typical postures, sun salutations, warm up, cool down, all that, same as we typically would go through a longer flow, just a little bit condensed so that you can get it into your day and have the ability to mindfully move and dedicate time to your yoga practice. So with that said, just make sure that you have whatever you need to support you today, and you do you, right? So if there is a posture in this next half hour or so, if there's a posture that doesn't feel right with you, please don't do it. If you're nursing an injury, if you're dealing with pain, or you're in the posture and there's a significant amount of discomfort, and I mean beyond the feeling of challenge, I want you to back out of it. I don't want you to hurt yourself. So with that spiel all done, I think we can get into it. So I'd like you to start in a nice, comfortable seated position. You'll notice that my hips are a little bit raised up. I'm actually sitting on a block. So it just helps me to be a little bit less tight. So as I mentioned, I have really tight hips. So feel free to sit on a pillow or a block as we get started, and just get comfortable and we'll get into it. All right, so in a nice comfy seat, I invite you to close your eyes if that's comfortable for you. You can rest your hands on the lap, tuck the chin, feel a nice sense of your head being connected to the ceiling or to the sky. And just begin to tune in to where we are. Tune into this moment. Feel your hands resting on the lap. Feel your breath going in and out of the lungs, in and out of the nose and mouth. Noticing the rise and the fall of the chest and the abdomen. And just noticing any sounds. Noticing the air as it touches your skin, the floor, and the different points in which it's in contact with your body. We're just noticing right now and allowing anything that came before this or anything that you have to do later today, just putting it aside. And letting everything go as you breathe out. Breathing in cool, calm receptivity. Breathing out all tiredness and stress, anything you're holding on to. With the intent of focusing on this moment and allowing yourself this time in your day. Now you can keep the eyes closed if you like, or you're welcome to open them, but I like to keep them closed for just a little bit longer. Take your hands and bring them into peace fingers and place the fingertips on the floor beneath you, continuing to keep those shoulders rolled down, roll back away from the ears. And then bring the chin toward the chest. And just noticing, not only do you still feel that nice sense of grounding that the peace fingers are helping you have and helping you feel, but also feel that nice stretch on the back of the neck, maybe even into the shoulders, the upper back. And then if it's comfortable to keep those peace fingers in contact with the ground, you can. Just bring that right ear to the right shoulder. If this is a little too intense with the peace fingers, you can always put your hands in the lap. And then as you breathe out, bring the chin toward the chest and bring the left ear to the left shoulder. One side might feel a little bit tighter than the other. Sometimes you might even feel more tight where your head is turning toward the shoulder. And then as you breathe out again, let's take that right ear to the right shoulder again. Again, remembering and feeling if those shoulders start to hike up toward the ears, we can start to do that if we feel that sense of being tense. And then last time, we're going to roll the head down, chin toward the chest, and then left ear to left shoulder. And then rotating the head back down toward the chest so you've got your chin tucked. And then slowly rise the head up. So staying in your nice seated position here, take a nice big deep breath in, reach the arms up overhead, look toward the sky. And then as you breathe out, left hand to the left knee, right hand comes behind, look over the shoulder. And then as you breathe in again, just switching sides, right hand to the left shoulder, having a nice gaze over the left shoulder. And then we'll do that one more time. Breathe in, twist, and looking over the right. Breathe in, twist, last twist here toward the left. Watching that you're not starting to round your shoulder, really keep that right shoulder down as you're twisting toward the left. As you breathe in, you're extending, and as you breathe out, you're just twisting a little bit more. Then breathe in, raise the arms up overhead, come back through center, and then breathe out. Come down onto the hands and knees just for a moment, because we're going to actually come into a kneeling position. So you want to be kneeling. I'll show you from both sides. So we're going to be in a kneeling position. You want to make sure that your pelvis is nicely tucked. You're rolling your shoulders down and away from the ears. And then you're going to take your right elbow and bend it in front of you. And then take your left arm and wrap it around, grabbing onto either your thumb or your wrist, wherever you can grab on. For some people, it can be a little bit difficult because we're all a little different. So you're going to look like this from the side, and this is how you should look from the front. So we're in our eagle arms. So you're going to take a nice deep breath in, and you're going to start to rise up, arching the back, looking up. And then as you breathe out, begin to bring your elbows and toward the knees. Breathe in, rise up and arch. I'll show you from this direction. And breathe out, elbows toward the knees. Breathe in, extend elbows toward the ceiling. Breathe out, elbows toward the knees. Breathe in, come back up, unwind, and you're just going to switch sides. We want to get that stretch on both shoulders. So again, you're going to wrap underneath the elbow, grab onto what's comfortable for you. Breathe in, begin to arch, bring those elbows up. Breathe out, elbows toward the knees. Breathe in, reaching up. Breathe out, elbows toward the knees. Let's do that one more time. breathe in, open. And breathe out, elbows toward the knees. Breathe in, come up, unwind the arms, and just bring your right foot between your hands. You're going to be down on the back left knee. We're going to come into our Anjaneyasana. So breathe in, bring the arms up overhead. Making sure that that pelvis is tucked, you're not arching in the back. And then take your right hand, grab onto your right hip, and begin to side bend toward the right. So you should look like this from the front. Trying to maintain that those hips are still facing forward. You might even notice with myself that this is not easy for me. I do have very tight hips. And breathe in, rise up with both hands. Breathe out, frame the front foot, tuck the back toes, and come up into your low lunge or your runner's lunge. Take that left hand, plant it next to the foot. Breathe in, twist to your right. And this is a pose where it really depends on the length of your arms and how much you can actually open up, and also a little bit on your flexibility. So if you need a block, use one. Bring the ground a little bit closer to you. And breathe out, unwind. Remove the block if you've got one. Bring that back knee down. Bring the right knee to meet the left, and you're just going to switch sides. So we're going to take Anjaneyasana on the left. So breathe in, reach the arms up, tuck that tailbone, bring the belly button into the spine, knee over the ankle, shoulders away from the ears, and then take that left hand, grab onto your hip, and begin to side bend to your left. Watching that, you're keeping those hips steady. And breathe in, reach, bring both arms up overhead. Breathe out, hinge forward, frame the foot, tuck the back toes. Again, use the block if you need a little bit more space, and twist to your left. If you have neck tension and this is painful to turn up and look, you can always keep your head facing down, but if you can, look up at your hands, look up at your hand. And breathe out, unwind. Remove the block if you have it. Plant the hands, step the left foot to meet the right, and come into your first downward facing dog of the day. Spread those fingers wide. Feel free to bend the knees as much as you need to, and just pedal out the feet. Maybe shake the head, no. Continuing to open up that cervical spine. You do you. If you need a little bit more space in the hips, you can always take a little bit of a wider stance. Sometimes that helps. Everybody's different. And then when you're ready, look between the hands, step, walk, or float to the front of the mat, and just come into a forward fold. Maybe just hang here a little bit, swaying the arms. And then slowly with bent knees, just come on up, rolling the shoulders back, head comes up last, and come into your Tadasana. Breathing in, rolling the shoulders down again. Breathe out, hands to heart center. Breathe in, reach overhead. Breathe out, swan dive forward, forward fold. Plant the hands, step the left foot back in a nice big step. Plant the hands, right foot meets the left, downward facing dog. Breath retention, knees to the floor. Chest and chin to the floor, hugging with the elbows, breathing into cobra. Tuck the toes, push through the hands, breathe out, downward facing dog. Breathe in, left foot between the hands, back knee comes down. Plant the hands, right foot meets the left, here in your forward fold. Breathe in, reverse swan dive. Breathe out, hands to heart center. We're going to do the other side. Breathe in, reach. Breathe out, swan dive forward. Plant the hands, step the right foot back with a nice big step, knee comes down. Plant the hands, left foot meets the right, downward facing dog. Breath retention, knees to the floor, chest and chin to the floor, breathing into cobra. Tuck the toes, breathe out, downward facing dog. Breathe in, right foot between the hands, knee comes down. Plant the hands, left foot meets the right, forward fold. Breathe in, reverse swan dive. Breathe out, hands to heart center. Breathe in, reach. Breathe out, swan dive forward, forward fold. Breathe into a flat back. Breathe out, plant the hands, step back into plank. Now you can come down to knees, chest, and chin, or into a low push-up, chaturanga, into upward dog or cobra. Breathe out, downward facing dog. Look between the hands, step, walk, or float to the front of the mat, breathing into a flat back. Breathe out, forward fold. Breathe in, reverse swan dive. Breathe out, hands to heart center. Breathe in, reach. Breathe out, swan dive forward. Breathe into a flat back. Breathe out, plant the hands, step back into plank. Chaturanga or knees, chest, and chin. Breathing into cobra or upward dog. Breathe out, downward facing dog. We're going to be in this downward dog for 3 complete breaths. Working on keeping those breaths even and complete, even inhales with even exhales. Breathe in, kick the right leg back behind you. Breathe out, bring that foot between the hands, keeping up on the ball of the back foot, coming up into your crescent. Breathe out, twist to your right. Trying to keep those hip points facing the front of the mat. Flip the front palm and reverse it. You're in your revolved crescent. Making sure you're not arching the back too much. The belly button should be coming into the spine. Really focus on that core. As you breathe out, begin to unwind back through that twist. Breathing in, facing forward again into that crescent. Take a breath in, breathe out, warrior 2. So your back foot is parallel with the back of the mat. Your front knee should be over the front ankle. Shoulders are rolled down. Gazing over the front fingertips. After your in-breath, breathe out, begin to hinge forward, bringing that front elbow, your right elbow toward your knee or on your knee. Extending the left arm overhead into your extended side ankle. So you can either stay here or bring the arm out like a tray, really using that core, or both arms up overhead, or just rest the elbow. Breathe in, come back up through that warrior 2. Begin to cartwheel the arms coming off of the back foot into your runner's lunge. Plant that back foot at a 45-degree angle. Make sure that your feet are not on a tightrope. Coming into your warrior 1, excuse me. straighten that front knee. If you need to close the stance a little bit to prepare for your pyramid, do that. And then begin to hinge forward at the hips, keeping those legs straight, tucking that chin. We're going to hold before folding forward into our pyramid. So this is really challenging us. I'm shaking, pulling that belly button in, not hiking up those shoulders, letting those arms reach forward. And then breathe out. Begin to hinge all the way down so you're in your pyramid. Again, it depends on your flexibility. I have very tight hips and hamstrings, so I need to have a much shorter stance here. Some people can have their legs spread wide. I cannot. If you need blocks, it does help because you want to try to maintain a flat back if you can. So putting those blocks around that front foot will help you with that back alignment. And just working on getting a little deeper. And you can have a slight bend in that front knee. Don't worry about keeping it straight. Hyper extending is not always a good thing here. From this pyramid position, we're going to go into a standing split. So if standing splits are similar, where you got a little bit of tightness and you want to use blocks, bring your blocks about 3 inches in front of you. And then just kick off of that back foot, coming into your standing split. Again, really important that we try to focus on keeping our backs straighter. We don't want to hunch over, and that's why the blocks are useful, because you can work on getting closer to the floor without the back issues. Do your best to get your hip points to both point downward. Gaze toward the back of the mat if you can. And then slowly, with control, bring that back foot back down to the mat. Into, at first, your runner's lunge, and then coming slowly up into your crescent. Breathing out, open up into your warrior two. Flip both palms, straighten the front knee, gentle warrior. Turn that right foot and that left foot and come into your 5-pointed star. So you should now be facing the long edge of the mat. You're in your 5-pointed star. Bend into both knees. Goalpost the arms, come into goddess. Tuck that tailbone. Lift the left heel. Bring it down. Lift the right heel. Bring it down. Last time on the left. Bring it down. And on the right. And bring it down. Breathe into your 5-pointed star. Turn the toes in, heels out. Hands can be on the hips, and just breathe in, nice flat, breathe out, nice flat back, come down to a forward fold. Then begin to walk the hands back toward the front of the mat, back into your runner's lunge. Plant the hands, step the left foot to meet the right, and we're in our downward dog. Breathe in, kick the left leg behind you. Breathe out, bring that foot between the hands, coming into your crescent. Take a breath in, breathe out, twist to your left. Flip the front palm, reverse it. As you breathe out, begin to unwind and then come back forward into your crescent. Breathe in, open up into your warrior two. And then breathe out, bring that elbow toward the front, resting it on the knee or on the thigh, coming into extended side angle. Breathe in, come back up into warrior two, and then cartwheel the arms coming onto the ball of the back foot, coming into your runner's lunge. Plant the back foot, breathe in, come up into your warrior one. Your foot should be at a 45 degree. Straighten that front knee if you need to close the stance a little bit to prepare for your pyramid. Make sure those hip points are facing the front of the mat, and then begin to hinge forward. We're going to hold this. One side's going to be a little bit harder than the other. This is my really tight side. You can have a little bit of a bend in that front knee if you need it. Pull that belly button in. Work on rolling those shoulders down. Reach through those fingertips. And then breathe out, hinge forward, coming down to the mat with those fingertips into your pyramid pose. Again, using those blocks if you need them. Making sure that you're in a relatively flat back. And then to prepare for your standing split, bring the blocks a little bit in front of you, or be prepared to put your fingers about a few inches in front if that's how you do. And then come into your standing split by kicking off of that back foot. Working through those wiggles, not letting the shoulders hike up. Remember, you have a core. And then with a slightly bent knee, start to gently come down into first your low lunge, and then breathing, coming into your crescent. And then breathe out, come into your warrior two. Flip both palms straight in the front knee, gentle warrior. Turn those left toes toward the corner of the mat, right toes toward the other corner. Open up into your 5-pointed star. So you're in your 5-pointed star. Take a breath in as you breathe out. Begin to come down into your goddess. Lift the left heel. Bring it down. Lift the right. And bring it down. Lift the left. Bring it down last time. Lift the right. And bring it down. Breathe into your 5-pointed star. Bring your hands to your hips, toes in, heels out. Nice straight back. Come down into a wide-legged forward fold. And then slowly with control, just start to walk your hands back toward the front of the mat, coming into your runner's lunge. Plant the hand, step the left foot to meet your right, downward facing dog. And then bring the knees to the mat, separating them, toes to touch, sink down onto the heels, extending the arms out in front. And just come down to your child's pose. Just taking a few mindful breaths here. Nice, even inhales and even exhales. And slowly walk the hands back to a seat. Bring your feet out toward the front of you. So we're going to come into a twist. There are a couple ways you can do that. So you can either keep your left feet out in front, cross the right over, or if you'd like a little bit more, you can take that left heel and bring it toward the right hip and cross that foot over the knee. Take a deep breath in, reach the left arm overhead, breathe out, twist to the right. As you breathe in, extend. As you breathe out, twist a little bit more. And then as you breathe out, begin to unwind and just switch sides. So again, you can keep that foot out in front, so your right foot in front, crossing the leg over, or bring that heel toward the left glute, left foot comes over the right knee. Breathe in, reach the right arm overhead, breathe out, twist to the left. Trying to sit up nice and tall. Keep those hip points both in contact with the floor. Using the breath to help you. As you breathe out, twist a little more into it. Then as you breathe in, come forward, unwind, and just bring those feet out in front. Hands come behind you. Bring the feet to the edges of the mat. Let the knees fall in. And remember to keep a nice straight back, your chest up, and just start to do a little bit of windshield wipering with the legs, just to open up those hips a little bit more. We'll go through that 2 more times. And then just guide yourself to the mat, nice and slow. Onto the back. Bringing the knees into the chest, giving yourself a nice squeeze. Maybe rocking side to side just to massage out that low back. We have one more final posture before we end today. So we'll come into our happy baby. So you can either grab onto the edges of the feet or grab on with your peace fingers around your big toe, or big toes rather. Or if you can't reach, that's fine too. You can grab onto whatever's comfortable and just begin to pull your knees toward your armpits. Close your eyes. Just feel the nice stretch in the low back. Almost like a massage as you roll side to side. And if there's another posture or another inversion you'd like to do instead to round out your practice, you do you. You know, whether it's the legs up the wall or just something gentle. And we'll stay here for just 2 more full, complete breaths. And then whatever you are, just begin to guide yourself back in. If you're in your happy baby, just grab onto the knees, guide them together. Start to bring the feet toward the mat. Extend the legs out long. Bringing the feet to the wide edges of the mat, rolling the shoulders away from the ears. Bring the arms away from the body with the palms facing up. And just begin to settle the breath. Relaxing all of the small muscles of the body. Relaxing toes, the bottoms of the feet, and the tops of the feet. Feeling relaxation travel up the bottom part of the legs and into the upper thigh. Relaxing the pelvis, the glutes, the abdomen, and the low back. Feeling relaxation travel up the torso, up the spine, and into the shoulders. Relaxing the upper arms, the forearms, and the hands. Relaxing the back of the neck, the scalp, and all the small muscles of the face. Softening the eyes, that area between the eyebrows, the cheek, the jaw, and the lips. And just settling in for your Savasana, melting into the mat beneath you. If you would like to stay in your Savasana a bit longer, please feel free to pause the video. But if you'd like to follow along, just start to bring your awareness back to your body. Just starting to notice maybe some sounds in the room, noticing the air on your skin, the floor beneath you. Just beginning to notice where you are in space. Maybe wiggling some toes or fingers, or just gently shaking the head side to side. And then bringing the feet and the legs toward each other. Taking a nice inhale and raising the arms up overhead for a nice full body stretch. Pointing the toes. And taking your time to roll over onto one side in a fetal position, just resting your head in the crook of your arm. And taking as much time as you need to gently come up using that top hand to push you to a seat. And again, don't let me rush you. Take as much time as you need. So coming into a nice seated position, bring our hands together at the forehead. May you have peace in your thoughts, hands to lips, peace in your words, and hands to heart, peace in your heart. Thank you so much for joining me for practice today. Namaste.